Hi, good morning. Welcome to our Q&A from our live Keto Eating Series. Last week, we had so many questions come in. Thought it would be easiest just to put all the Q&A together in today's video. So I have about 10 questions. If you did not already send in a question and you have a keto eating question, go ahead and just post it in the comments and I will be sure to check them before I'm done with this call, and I will answer your question as well. And if you have not watched all of the keto eating series we did last week, it was Monday through Friday. They were all about 15, and then I think one of them was about 25 minutes long. You can go to idealwellness.com/register, and you can put your email in and we will send you the recording of all 5 days. So you can have that. You can just binge watch it, catch up on all the information because it was really good keto information for the top 5 mistakes that we see people making when they try and do keto on their own, and just changing a couple of those little things, those mistakes we see should help you start to lose weight. If you joined us since the beginning, drop a comment. Let me know. I'd love to know if any of those tips have helped you on your weight loss journey or if you still have any questions on that. Also, let me know where you're coming from. My name is Emily Countryman. I'm in Western Washington. I'm the owner of Ideal Wellness. We have 5, almost 6 locations here, spanning from about South Linwood up to Bellingham and even out on the peninsula in Paulsbo. But we also offer virtual coaching. So we see clients from throughout the United States. So I'd love to know where you are joining us from. So, okay, I'm going to start and dive into the questions. My first question is from Sherry, and her question was, can I eat fruit in keto? So that depends. Depends on what your macros are. It depends on, so the macros again are the carbs, the fat, and the protein. So if a traditional keto eating program would be 50 grams or less of carbs per day. Most people are going to see better results doing like 20 to 40. Some people are very hardcore with it and they'll do under 20 grams of carbs. So could you eat fruits? We don't have it on our plan that we do at our clinic during the weight loss component. Why? Because we're trying to target your body fat on our program, and it is a weight loss nutritional ketosis program. And if you're eating too many carbs, which fruit is awesome, but it is carbs, it's sugar, then your body's not going to be in ketosis. Now, if you had a very strict eating regimen, you were doing a whole foods keto program, which is where you're going to lose weight a little bit slower on a program like that versus doing the program that we have for our clients, you maybe could incorporate a little bit of fruit. Let's say you had half a banana. It's kind of high in carbs, but half a banana every day, that might be 20 grams of carbs. But if that was it and all you had was pretty much like meat the rest of the day, eggs, something like that, cheese. Again, this is not what we would have our clients do, but if you were eating a whole foods keto plan, you might be able to get away with it. What I would do is I would plug all of your numbers into some sort of a tracking app. Like we have an app for our clients. It's called Chip Set Go. You could do like MyFitnessPal, Carb Manager. There's all kinds out there that will track everything for you, and plug everything that you are planning to eat for the day and see where that shakes out. So maybe you said, I want to have a quarter cup of berries or something like that, and see, because there are also carbs in the vegetables that you're going to be eating, other foods, like if you're eating nuts, there's some carbs in there. So really my answer is that it just depends, but probably not is going to be the answer. So we temporarily remove the fruit because we say fruit doesn't make you gain weight, but it's going to prevent you from losing weight. Why? Because it's full of carbs. So fruit is not a bad thing. Really great nutrients in fruit, and we bring it back in maintenance for our program. So Sherry, hopefully that answered your question. My next one is from Chrissy. She said, what are your thoughts on all these keto supplements? Are they necessary or just a waste of money? Are any of them good or worth it and prove results, or are they just people trying to make money off of you? Well, I would wonder who's selling it to you, Chrissy. If it's just a random person that said, hey, I love this keto supplement, I don't know if I would believe in that. If it's something that's more tried and true and it's coming from a legitimate source, then maybe it's okay. We talked about this a little bit. I think it was on day 1 when we went the top mistake that day was not understanding what ketosis is. And hopefully that just answered your question anyways. We don't really recommend things like that. I'm not totally sure what you mean by keto supplements. I'm guessing you're meaning an exogenous ketone. And that is why I've seen a lot of just random people selling these ketone supplements saying, hey, this will help put you into ketosis. Well, now that we know the definition of ketosis, it will, but we want nutritional ketosis where we're burning our body fat. We don't want an exogenous ketone source where we're just consuming it to say we're in ketosis. That doesn't do us any good. The times that I recommended taking something like that, if you were really wanting to, would be that first week or so while your body's transitioning into ketosis. That would work. Or when you're in maintenance and you're not trying to lose your body fat anymore, and you want kind of that quick burst of energy for a workout, or you just take them every day, that would be okay, but not if you're trying to lose your body fat. The other thing you could have meant on a keto supplement, maybe you mean electrolytes. People talk a lot about the keto flu, things like that. And the reason for that is that people are not getting all of their electrolytes. The product that we recommend and we have on our website as well as in all of our clinics, it's called Ultima Replenisher. It's a full panel electrolyte supplement, meaning it has all the good stuff in it. It has magnesium, calcium, potassium, sodium, everything you need to replenish your body, because when you do go into ketosis, you're losing a lot of that because your body's system was hanging on to all of it before when we were eating a diet high in carbs, and it's releasing all of that. So that's why people will get headachy, tired, fatigue, not feel great. That supplement, it will change the game for you. So that I would recommend if that's what you meant by that. So hopefully that answers your question, Chrissy. This next one I have comes from Melissa. Okay, this is a good one. She says, I can do great all day and follow my macros, but once I eat dinner and I start craving dessert. I often start binging on keto snacks, but then start on non-keto like cereal, pretzels, graham crackers, etc. My ketosis is ruined. How can I stop those cravings for snacks at night? Okay. This is so common, Melissa. I have multiple answers for you. One is more scientific why that's happening, and the other is more the emotional component. So first, I would say bravo to you. You figured out your trigger time. We talk about this a lot with our clients, that there's trigger people, trigger places, trigger times. There's that something in your environment that can kind of trigger you to want to go off track. So you have identified that, which is fantastic. For some people, it could be particular restaurants. It could be particular, like the break room and Friday is donut day, that type of thing. So you've identified that. I would highly recommend a book for you. It's called Beck, B-E-C-K, Diet Solutions, and it is all about having triggers and correcting them with healthy responses. So basically, we don't just, what the quote I love in that book is, you don't accidentally eat a piece of cardboard. So they're saying you had a triggering thought, then the reaction came in. And so we're trying to fix that immediate reaction so you don't go to the pretzels, the graham crackers, etc. The other piece of that is kind of the emotional side I was mentioning, is I would wonder, what's your why? What is the reason that you're trying to lose weight? If that reason isn't strong enough, then you're going to let into these cravings. You're going to let these things happen, and your day will constantly get thrown off track. You're not getting into ketosis like you mentioned. So figuring out what your why. Say, okay, I want to get healthy. Ask yourself why 3 or 4 or 5 more times. Why do you want to get healthy? Because I want to play with my kids. Why do you want to play with my kids? Because I want to give them a good upbringing and make everything fun for them. Why do you want to make things fun for them? So keep asking yourself that. Once you can narrow down on an even stronger why, that's going to help you a lot, because it's sounding to me like there's not enough motivation there. And you might be thinking, Emily, I'm so motivated. I want to lose this weight. I have to do it. That's more the external motivation. I want to get deeper and figure out what really is the motivation. Another piece of that is a component of motivation is having choice. So it's sounding like you're maybe telling yourself that I can't have this, I can't have that. So take that back a little bit and say, okay, I don't eat pretzel, whatever these top 5 items that you keep going towards in the evening. You know, I don't eat graham crackers. I don't eat pretzels. I don't eat cereal, all those things that you mentioned, but give yourself some choices. So say after dinner, when I start to get hungry, I do eat A, B, or C. So whatever those items are. If you're on our program, maybe you save one of your one a day bars. They're kind of a sweeter one for the evening and say, my choice is I can have one of these 3, 5, 10 delicious flavors of bars. I choose the dark chocolate s'more bar, or I choose the salted toffee pretzel bar. Whatever your choice is, that will help a lot. The other reason that this is happening, so this is more the scientific reason, this is the ketosis reason, is that you're exactly right. You're not getting into ketosis. I call this the teeter-totter. It's painful. I feel your pain. I've seen clients do this all the time. I've done this all the time too, and I know better. So what's happening is that you're going all day and you're starting to deplete that glucose tank. So again, go back to video day 1 from last week. It will explain all of this, and hopefully you'll go, aha, I see why this is happening. So it's going to take you 3 to 5 days of just being totally on track. So hopefully those motivation ideas for the emotional eating side of it will help you get through all those cravings. And then once the science side is kicked in, you should be good to go. So the teeter-totter, what's happening is that you're depleting your glucose tank throughout the day. So while we do that, and if you go back to day 4, I believe we talked all about the sugar cycle, your body's having cravings because your brain lives off sugar. So as we're depleting it and we're not running off ketones yet, your brain is saying, give me the sugar, give me the sugar, give me the sugar. And by the time the evening hits, you say, okay, fine, brain, you can have the sugar. So you give in to the sugar, glucose tank refills again, you start the next day, same spot. So that's what I call the teeter-totter. Now, if you can make it 3 or 4 or 5 days of not giving in, so having other techniques in place to help when you have those triggers, you're going to deplete your glucose tank, deplete. Body will kick over, and now it's burning your fat for fuel. That's the ketosis that we're looking for. So now that you're doing that, you're not having those cravings anymore. Your brain does not live off of sugar anymore, or of the glucose tank of sugar. It's using the ketones for fuel, and the cravings don't go away forever. I'm not going to say that if you loved chocolate before, it's going to sound gross to you now. That's not true, but you're not going to have as drastic of cravings anymore. So Melissa, hopefully that helps you. Let me know if you have any other questions on that. My next question is from Jackie. She says, how do I combine training for triathlons with the keto diet? Sprint, distance, races are 1.5 to 2 hour duration. Is it possible to fuel adequately or store enough glycogen not to hit the wall? Jackie, I have no idea about triathlons. I have definitely never done one before. But as far as working out in keto, what I would wonder if you are doing these big fitness events is, are you trying to burn fat still, doing a nutritional ketosis, trying to lose your body fat, or are you in a maintenance ketosis? Because that's going to be 2 very different answers. My answers for if you're in a fat burning ketosis, trying to burn your body fat, that I would say I would not recommend a triathlon right now, because you're probably not eating enough because you're trying to burn that body fat. So what we recommend our clients do, focus on burning the fat first, and you can still be active, you can still be working out, before you go then say, okay, now all my focus is on building up stamina, building up muscle, etc. for this triathlon. So again, depends on where you're at there. If you're in a maintenance ketosis and you're eating more higher fat diet for fuel and you're happy with where your body weight is and you're not trying to burn your body fat, so you're not getting reduced calorie intake, anything like that, then I would definitely recommend, you're going to need a triathlon trainer, right? Because someone's going to need to help you with all of that piece of the puzzle. And we don't do exercise at our clinic. We're purely on the nutrition side, but I would definitely recommend taking a BCAA, a branched chain amino acid supplement, every day when you're working out. I would also make sure that you're getting in more fats, because you can definitely still do it being in a state of ketosis. You don't have to knock yourself out of ketosis to fill up that glycogen tank, but you're going to need more fat. So you're going to need those fat bombs, things like that. There's a lot of products out there, nut butters, coconut oils, things like that, to put it together. And definitely you'll have a lot of practice time to see how that goes. So hopefully that helps. Okay, my next question is from Jerry. She said, help, any suggestions to stop keto hair loss? I'm already taking biotin and I just bought biotin shampoo conditioner. I can't find a site that as lamb on keto. Sorry. Okay, so she wants to know how to stop the keto. Okay, Jerry, you're not going to love my answer. I have good news and bad news for you. The good news is when you are done, it will stop and it is 100% reversible. This is not like male pattern baldness or anything like that. I totally feel your pain. We've seen this happen. It's not super common, but it does happen in a certain percentage of women. So what's happening is it tells me that you're on the right track as far as your weight loss goes, because if you are in a true body fat burning mode of ketosis, there's a lot of estrogen and other hormones, toxins in the fat cell. We're releasing all of that, right? Because we're losing that fat. So now that's all in the body. So you're kind of having a surge of hormones. I'd be curious to know if you're having any other symptoms. I know our clients will sometimes see a little pop up of some acne. If they're female, their cycle might be a little wonky for a little bit. We actually warn every female client that comes to our clinic that they need to use a backup form of birth control, because this estrogen surge can make a hormonal birth control less effective. So purposefully, we have clients come to us that want to get pregnant. Maybe they were struggling with infertility or that have PCOS symptoms, because this helps with it. But on the flip side, what it's also doing with all that hormones is it's stunting your hair follicle. Therefore, your hair is falling out. So, like I said, the good news is that it tells me you're doing it right. You're burning that body fat. And the good news is that it is totally reversible. So, as soon as you get to your goal weight and your body goes out of ketosis, your hair will grow back. So taking the biotin, taking collagen, taking omega-3, those would all be really great ideas to do to make sure that when that hair starts to grow back, it's as strong and as healthy as possible. The other thing that I would do is I would just power through and get the weight off that you're trying to lose. So if you still have 5, 10, 20, 50 pounds, just do it. Just get it done. Don't toy around with it. Don't go in ketosis, out of ketosis. You're just going to prolong this process. Just get it done. Hopefully the hair loss is more motivation. And unfortunately, you're one of the few that will happen to. Get yourself to your goal. And then when you transition out of ketosis, your hair will start to grow again. I would wonder if you have had children, if this is what happened to you after your pregnancy. This is very common, the exact same phenomenon. After a woman has given birth, then her hair starts to fall out because she's having that hormone surge, and the exact same thing's happening. I know it happened to me. Every single time you're losing clumps of hair, going, oh my gosh, what is happening? But it grows back, and usually it grows back in stronger and healthier. So keep taking those supplements, keep doing what you're doing, and the end is in sight. So hopefully that helps. My next question is from Aura. For those of us that do not have a gallbladder, heavy, rich fats or greasy foods go right through us. With all the creams, cheeses, it gets a bit much on our digestive system. I have misgivings whether to do the full-blown keto with all the fat. Should I forgo, or do you have some options for those of us who do not have a gallbladder? So she is totally right. A DIY high-fat whole foods keto program is not a great idea for somebody without a gallbladder. That is why our program that we offer here at Ideal Wellness is a perfect fit for somebody that does not have a gallbladder, because we're not eating a high-fat, high dietary fat diet. We're using our own body fat for fuel, and therefore not eating the creams, the cheeses, the bacons, the butters that she mentioned. We're doing it through our body fat. So people without a gallbladder do really well on the program. So, or if you're not on our program or you have not done a free consult yet, I would highly recommend doing that so you can learn a little bit more about the program and how it might work for you, because it sounds like it would be the perfect fit without your gallbladder. I would really, really advise you not to do a high-fat DIY keto program. Okay, my next question is from Judy. Can I do the coaching without the food? I want to do my own cooking. Well, the great thing is you can absolutely do your own cooking on this program. You are still going to get some of our meals. So you're doing 3 of our Shift Set Go meals per day, depending on which of our programs that you're on. And that can be something as simple as a shake, a bar. We have soups, we have oatmeals, cereals, chips, snacks. We have about 65, almost 70 different meal items. But you can take those items and you can cook them. It's not just, okay, great, eat a bar. It could be that you're making one of our chilies, and you put all kinds of great veggies in it. You cook it in a crock pot. So you can really get creative with it. We have an entire recipe book of so many ideas that you can do with our food. But in addition to that, every day you're going to be eating lean protein and vegetables. And that's where you can really get creative with your cooking. Unfortunately, we don't do our program just with all whole foods, kind of for all the reasons I've talked about all week, because you're not going to see the quick weight loss that we want you to see on our program. So if you're okay losing weight slower, maybe only losing 1 pound a week, you could do more of a traditional, a DIY whole foods keto program. But if you're wanting to lose more of like 2 to 4 pounds a week, that's typically what we see for women, 3 to 5 pounds a week for men, then I would definitely recommend giving our program a try, because you'll see that you can definitely do a lot of cooking. Same is true on the flip side. If you don't love to cook, you can do it very, very simply as well. So hopefully that helped, Judy. My next one is from Julie. What's the coaching like? I've done the group thing before, and it wasn't very successful for me. So I'm sure she means like those group watching your weight meetings. And this is totally different. So coaching is the main focus. It's the epicenter of our program. It is all about the coaching. So having someone there to help guide you through the program, help motivate you, help educate you, help hold you accountable. It is night and day different from trying to do something like this on our own. So what the coaching looks like, and when you get started, you have about an hour-long appointment with your coach. And again, this can be done virtually. We either do it through a video call or even just a call on the telephone, and we ship everything to you so you have it all ready to go. But what that looks like is the coach reviews your entire history with you, your health history, and then goes over the entire program with you, so you're not left wondering, well, what do I do with this? How do I eat this? You have someone there guiding you, giving you the answers throughout the whole time, because that's a big piece in your motivation, is the competency. If you don't know what you're doing, if you're trying to figure this out on your own, it's much easier to throw in the towel than if you have someone there helping you, holding you accountable. So your coach will guide you through the program, then you'll begin eating, and then you'll have weekly one-on-one meetings with your coach. So this is not a group environment thing. This is all about you. You have a coach there to help you with any question that arises, anything that's going on. It is so much more successful with a coach. They can say, oh, look at your journal. We see this here. That's going to stall your weight loss because of A, B, and C, and then they can get you back on track. All of our clients, you could ask them, or you could see all of our testimonials, that they could not have done this without the help of a coach. So it is just an amazing tool to help get you to your weight loss goals. And because we don't charge for the coaching, your coach is still there in maintenance. So it's not like you just lose the weight and we say, okay, goodbye. We still see you at least twice a month for that first year that you're in maintenance, eating all whole foods. So whether that's virtually or in the clinic, we want to help you maintain that weight loss. And there's still a lot of education that comes now that you're back to eating whole foods. This is not a quick fix, right? Your weight loss will come off quick, but this is a forever thing that we want to help you maintain that weight loss. So that is why the coaching is just so crucial. So I would definitely recommend, if you haven't already, do a free consult. I'll post the link in this video, that anyone from in person or virtually can book a free consult. And we do still have that amazing promotion going on through the end of the month, where if you start the program, use the code virtual200. I'll pop that link into this message as well, or into the chat as well. And that can save you $200, so half off of starting the program, which includes food and the first 2 months of supplements. So it is an amazing deal. We've never done such a good deal before. So I would definitely recommend having a free consult, seeing if this is right for you, so you can take advantage of that deal and start working with one of our coaches. So again, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat and I will type my response to you. So thank you for joining. You can register and get the recording of all 5 days, idealwellness.com/